Hi, my name is John Shipe. I wrote a song called Pitbull Blues, and a lot of people around the world have discovered this song, people with a soft spot for the pit bull, and we decided to make a video. We hope you enjoy it.
People see me walking down the street, they all run and hide. I used to take it personally, now I take it in stride. I got nothing against no one, I wouldn't hurt a fly. But people seem to think I'm mean, and here's why. Here's why. I'm a pit bull, a big brown red-nosed pit bull, a tooth-bearing muscle-bound pit bull. I look like I could tear the steel off a locomotive freight train. People park 3 spaces away when I'm waiting in the car. All the kids in the neighborhood, they never walk through my yard. And there's a rumor floating around the county that I ate 3 cats. But I swear from the bottom of my canine heart, I didn't do that. No, I didn't do that. But I'm a pit bull, a big brown red-nosed pit bull, a tooth-bearing muscle-bound pit bull. I look like I could dig a hole through a concrete wall. Yeah, I got these pit bull blues. All I wanna do is sniff your shoes. I ain't no killer hound, no, I'm the friendliest dog in town. The sheer sound of my barking could break through Arctic ice. But deep down I'm a pussycat, I'm just trying to be nice. In case you didn't notice, I'm wagging my tail at the speed of light. But no matter what I do, I'm accused of looking for a fight. Yeah, 'cause I'm a pit bull, a big brown red-nosed pit bull, a tooth-bearing muscle-bound pit bull. I look like I could crush a cannonball in my jaws. Oh, I couldn't do any of those things, no way.
We're really excited to be here tonight at the City Council meeting in West Hollywood because today is a history-making day for animal rights. The City Council of West Hollywood is about to pass an ordinance that bans the sale of dogs and cats that are from breeding factories. It will be rescue only in the city of West Hollywood. West Hollywood is going humane, and we are thrilled to be here. Tell us what you think about it.
I got to tell you, I've been a resident of West Hollywood for a long time, but an animal welfare advocate for even longer. And I will tell you that I'm so proud of my city right now. I hope that when this passes, we show the rest of the nation that we're doing it without opposition. There are no letters of opposition tonight as we go into this meeting. And the message is, you can do this. Whatever city you're in, all across America, you can do this. Once we pass it, let's get this passed in every city in America and make it the standard.
We're now going to move to public comment, and the way we do public comment is we've set aside 20 minutes to discuss issues, either issues on the consent calendar or other issues that people want to bring up. Now I know we have a number of people who have come to speak about 6A, and as Councilmember Duran mentioned, we have moved that to the consent calendar, which means when we approve the consent calendar, we will automatically be approving 6A as well. So I just want everyone to know that. We had over 301 emails about this ordinance. We have about 31 speakers who have just signed "I support it," and I also have a few speakers who wish to speak on that item. And so we'll start with 6A, and then we'll move to items that were not pulled from the consent calendar, and then we'll move to general public comment. So I don't think we'll get through all of it before the 20 minutes are up, but we'll do the very best we can. And what I would ask is that people would come up, you would say your name, the city in which you live, and then whatever you need to say. And if people have said what you want to say, feel free to reference them so we can move quicker and have some more folks come up. Okay? So Tom, or yes, another consent? Okay, great. Okay, so we are going to first have, we actually have a colleague from the city of Yucaipa who is the mayor pro tem, but he's actually also the chief veterinarian at the county of Riverside, and that is Alan Drusis. So if you'd come up, you have 2 minutes, and please, for the record, just state your name and the city in which you live.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. My name is Alan Drusis. I live in Yucaipa. That is a somewhat rural, compared to your city, community along the 10 freeway in San Bernardino County. I would like to also mention that although I am Mayor Pro Tem of Yucaipa and are the county veterinarian for the county of Riverside, I unfortunately am not representing those organizations here tonight. Neither of those jurisdictions have what you are proposing on our legislative agenda, so I cannot speak professionally to that. But as a veterinarian and a representative from Social Compassion in Legislation, I certainly personally applaud the leadership position that the city is obtaining, and congratulate you on moving the envelope forward. This is legislation that I'm sorry to say is very much needed in the state of California and in the entire country. The potential abuses that take place at puppy mills make us all ill, especially when we have so many wonderful dogs and cats in our animal shelters. I know that the city of Los Angeles, the county of Los Angeles has very many of such animals. Should your local shelters run out of animals to populate the pet stores in your city, I'm sure I can make arrangements that we can obtain some animals from Riverside or San Bernardino counties, and we would be also happy to transport them out here for you. But in all seriousness, do appreciate your consideration of this item, and thank you for your efforts.
Thank you so much. Thanks for coming down. We have Wayne Pacell, who is the president of the Humane Society of the United States, here from Washington, D.C.
Thank you very much. I'm awfully glad to be here and awfully glad to be commenting on a consent item, so I won't belabor it, but extend my thanks personally.
And for the record, just your name and the city in which you live. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Very good. I'm Wayne Pacelli, and I'm president and CEO of the Humane Society of the United States, representing 9,000 supporters of the Humane Society of the U.S. Here in your community. And we support the legislation. It's foresighted and important. We have done a great deal of work on puppy mills and actually connected puppy mills to pet stores, not only in this area but all across the nation. There are more than 10,000 puppy mills that treat dogs like cash crops. The breeding animals are subjected to a life of incessant breeding. They're confined, exposed to the elements, and they're churning out puppies for the pet trade at the same time that animal shelters and rescue groups are struggling to contend with the problem of too many animals for too little space, and there's too much euthanasia that's resulting. So what you're doing is attempting to harmonize the situation by keeping the puppy mill dogs out of the community and therefore encouraging adoption of dogs and cats, which will save lives in this community. And I think in the broadest sense, nationally, because the pet trade is a national industry, it will stop what's going on in the puppy mill. So you're sending a great signal here in the community, but we are watching it nationwide, and we're enormously grateful. I will, of course, mention, and I'm sure this factored into your decision making, but there are practical costs to having pet overpopulation, and it's not as if this is a no-cost proposition to keep it going the way it is. So I just want to thank you, and we appreciate your support for this, and glad it's on the consent agenda.
Thanks for coming out. Thank you. Carol Davis, to be followed by Dawn Armstrong. Carol Davis. Okay, Dawn Armstrong, are you here? Okay, to be followed by Chris DeRose. Either one.
The short folks.
Thank you.
My name is Dawn Armstrong. I'm actually a former West Hollywood resident. I'm a current resident of the city of South Lake Tahoe, California, which last year adopted the first known ordinance to ban the retail sales of cats and dogs within city limits. The precedent-setting regulation was adopted in March of 2009. I am here in support of you and the citizens of West Hollywood in your deliberations of a like ordinance. I can tell you that citizens of our rural tourist area were never so proud of their city as when our ordinance was approved. As a 19-year animal welfare professional, including 10 years as a commissioned humane officer, I was surprised at how many people had no knowledge of the puppy mill industry. When trouble in the form of a puppy store came to our formerly isolated community, city staff, council members, and even doubting citizens educated themselves. As the executive director of the Lake Tahoe Humane Society and SPCA, I was honored to be part of the education of my community. Keep Tahoe Kind is the signature of our organization. It was never so appropriate as during this anti-cruelty campaign. In the end, after 10 months of discovery, deliberation, public hearings, and comments, it was agreed that only a total ban on retail sales would prevent puppy mill distribution outlets from defrauding consumers and supporting animal cruelty. The caring, courageous spirit of West Hollywood already is known well beyond your city limits. This was through your precedent-setting leadership in the adoption of a ban on the decline of cats. It would seem that blocking the primary outlet for the puppy mill industry is naturally in keeping with that stand. The city of West Hollywood has the eye of the media, the power to impact the rest of the country, if not the world, with the vote taken tonight.
Thank you very much. We appreciate your coming. Thank you. Chris DeRose, to be followed by Carrie Whitman.
Hi, yeah, my name is Chris DeRose. I'm president and founder of Last Chance for Animals. I am a proud resident of West Hollywood for the last 36 years. Also had a nonprofit organization here for 26 years up on Sunset Boulevard called Last Chance for Animals. As you know, and I've been in front of you guys before regarding Bernard Cephas and, you know, doing these stuff, trying to get the sale of animals off the streets, and you folks were absolutely fantastic in doing that and making it a misdemeanor in the city of West Hollywood, and I thank you for that. I'm here, of course, for the bill that's in front of you right now, and I implore West Hollywood Mayor and Council to pass this bill, and as you have many other progressive, wonderful bills. LCA fought this battle for 26 years, and we have been fighting puppy mills, exposing it, doing investigations against puppy mills, and we've had a lot of success. We've had success in Pasadena, Beverly Hills, Covina, Hollywood, all over, and now in Montecito with puppy mills going from selling, pet stores selling puppy mill animals to selling rescue animals. So that's been a major success, and we're going to continue doing that. Yeah, LCA wants the whole county, the whole country to adopt your policy that you have in front of you right now. So,
please, thank you.
Mostly I want to adopt, don't shop. We just saved 50 dogs this weekend from Riverside County. I heard the veterinarian that was up here before. Riverside County, San Bernardino Animal Shelter. We got 50 animals out of there, and they were small dogs, and we flew them back to North Shore Animal League on the East Coast because they're short of small dogs. And again, I thank you, and I appreciate what you're doing. Thank you.
Thank you. Carrie, please, folks, I want to try to get a chance to have everyone speak. Carrie Whitman, to be followed by Tim Rasa. Is Carrie here? If not, Tim Rasa, are you here? Tim? Okay. Is that Tim? Yes, thank you. To be followed by Cindy Valdez.
Good evening, Council. Good evening, folks. My name's...
Sir, could you speak right into the microphone?
My name is Tim Raza. I'm a resident of West Hollywood. I am not so much pro or opposed to this bill. More so, I'm concerned about maybe how it's being laid out at this point. I've worked in animal protection for 5 years. I have had adopted animals for 20 years. I think I am more concerned. By the way, whenever I see the Sarah McLachlan ad, I get teared up and I turn away from the TV channel that's on. So I'm certainly sympathetic to the issues that are being raised here. I am more concerned primarily about what I feel to be fanatic and very unrealistic approach by many of the pet adoption companies or organizations that are out there. I do feel that as a general policy, prohibition is never as effective as regulation, and I think it will be more appealing, certainly to me, to whatever degree I have a voice in saying this, to see certainly protection laws and regulations in effect for the animals' benefit, but also for the invasive nature and the fanatic and unrealistic approaches by the pet adoption agencies that I've been familiarized with over the past few years to be very, 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 very severely regulated and controlled, and to have a more pro-consumer approach kind of followed through regarding the practices of how these companies work. For example, if you adopt a pet, it should be your pet, and if you need to transfer it or give it up for whatever reason, it needs to be done in a humane fashion, but you should be able to do it without having thousands of dollars of fines and people involved in your life, et cetera, et cetera. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Cindy Valdez, to be followed by Norma Sandler.
Hi, my name is Cindy Valdez from Culver City. I would like to speak to propose an ordinance to prohibit the sale of dogs and cats in companion animals in stores. I'm a 10-year volunteer for a nonprofit animal rescue in West Los Angeles. I have witnessed firsthand the large amount of animals in need of homes. We receive numerous calls every day asking us to take in both dogs and cats. Some of these animals have lived at our rescue for years, waiting for someone to take them home. With already thousands of animals in Los Angeles, in rescues and in city shelters looking for homes, I don't see the need to sell animals in stores. As a veterinary technician, I've seen many purebred dogs every day come in with health issues, such as parvo, which is a deadly virus to puppies. I've seen many of these purebred dogs, like I said, coming in with health issues. One client told me that the breeder told her she should not spay her dog until after its first heat cycle. The veterinarian disagreed, yet she went with what the breeder said. So I'm just basically here to speak out to say that I would like to support the ordinance to stop the sale of animals in stores. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Norma, to be followed by Carol Davis, to be followed by Carrie Whitman, and that'll be the last speaker on this item. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Norma Sandler. I live in West Hollywood. My comment is, this is incredible. I am so proud of this city for doing this. I mean, West Hollywood will be remembered forever for this. It's a start that's going to take off like a bat out of hell, and I can't wait. I have a statement from Bill Dyer, who couldn't be here tonight, unfortunately. He says, the city of West Hollywood is to be commended for the groundbreaking legislation that will end in the trafficking of dogs and cats in West Hollywood. The unprecedented historic action in this guardian city, where declawing of cats is also banned, will send a signal throughout the country for others to follow. West Hollywood will always be remembered as the city that had the foresight and compassion to first end this horrible commerce of puppy mills in our society. Congratulations. In Defense of Animals salute you, and that's a lot of people, folks. Bill Dyer, Regional Director.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Carol Davis, to be followed by Carrie Whitman.
Good evening. On behalf of the Companion Animal Protection Society and our national membership, we thank you for making history for the animal protection movement. Once again, West Hollywood is showing progressive leadership on a major social issue. Personally, as a 15-year homeowner in West Hollywood, I'm proud of our city tonight, and I'm especially proud of you all for taking a stand against inhumane puppy mills and pet factories. This ordinance is necessary because of the routine abuse of animals in pet factories. We investigate these pet factories, and in this case, we were able to provide you with evidence that link a particularly cruel puppy mill to elite animals in West Hollywood. This breeding operation is in Minnesota, where the animals are kept 24/7 in harsh conditions. They're crammed in wire cages, where they live for their entire lives, never getting out, covered in their own excrement. These animals are exposed to below freezing temperatures, they're denied veterinary care, they're injured, and they're sick. We protested this store right here on Santa Monica Boulevard for 5.5 months, and because of that, they've stopped selling animals. Many of the activists who gave their time to protest in West Hollywood are here tonight, and we owe them for taking a stand against cruelty. They are the heart of this growing humane movement. Pet stores and internet pet dealers do not sell animals from small hobby breeders, and like shoes in the shoe store are made in shoe factories, pets in the pet store are made in pet factories, where dogs have their vocal cords cut so no one can hear them cry. We hear them cry. We are their voice, and by acting on this evidence, West Hollywood is a model for the nation. This is a courageous step that signals the beginning of the end of puppy mills, and with this ordinance, we're giving back to the community by relieving our shelter system. You're making history for the animal protection movement tonight, and you're making us so proud. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't see Carrie Whitman. I just want to have everyone who are the Me Too's, if you would just raise your hand so council can see and everyone can see. And I thank you all for just raising and being here. Thank you very, very much. Thank you.
I want to thank everybody who came out this evening on behalf of the proposed ordinance to ban the sale of animals at pet stores in West Hollywood. And I wanted to acknowledge a couple of people, even though it was the council will adopt this and this evening, it was because of a number of very active leaders in the community who brought this issue forward. I first want to acknowledge our colleague from the city of Yucaipa, Mayor Pro Tem Drusis, who's also the chief veterinarian for Riverside. I would venture to say that in Yucaipa that this issue was probably not dealt with on your consent calendar. It would probably inspire a little bit different tone of debate, but we're glad it could be a little bit different here this evening. I wanted to acknowledge Carol Davis, who brought this issue to my attention about a year ago and has been tireless in her advocacy and fighting against puppy mills. I was astonished to hear that Wayne Pacelli came out from Washington, D.C., from the Humane Society of the United States to support us. That was a real honor to have him here. I want to acknowledge Terry Austin and Joyce Tischler, Jennifer Cruz, and West Hollywood's own Ed Buck for all their advocacy. Anybody who's been paying attention to what's going on in pet stores know that most animals in pet stores come from puppy mills and other inhumane sources. Reputable breeders don't sell through puppy stores. There's really no good way for pet stores to certify that the animals that they receive aren't coming from puppy mills, and it's unduly burdensome for government to attempt to certify those stores as well. So the best thing that we can do is ban them, to encourage people to adopt or find other more responsible ways to secure your pets. So I'm really pleased that we're going to be moving this issue forward this morning. And I appreciate all of you being here this evening.
Thank you. Thank you, Jeff. Mayor Pro Tem Heilman.
Yeah, I want to thank you, Jeff, for bringing this item forward, but I do have to make one correction. We don't have pets in the city of West Hollywood, right? We have animal companions. Correct?
Yes, we do. I wrote that.
Okay, well, with that, then, we're going to move to the consent calendar, where we will be approving the items, except for 2L and 2F that have been tabled, and that will include 6A. City Clerk, can I have a fiscal impact, please?
Yes, it includes an expenditure of $882,107 and revenue of $774,000.
Move the consent calendar.
Is there a second? Sorry. Okay, in that case, all those who wish to vote in favor of this historic consent calendar, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Everything passes. Thank you all very, very much.
Thank you so much, Carol.
Thank everybody so much for coming out, but not just coming out tonight, but for coming out week after week after week after week. You all came out. You all came out in the heat. You came out. I remember one day it was 106 degrees in West Hollywood. There was a time this past summer in West Hollywood, it was 106 degrees. And everybody came out the trees. And they trimmed the trees and we had no shade. But you know what? Everybody came out because everybody's got an awful lot of heart in this group. And because everybody from all the different organizations came in, they put their differences aside, they stand out in front of those pet stores, and because we were here in West Hollywood doing this, and because we did that investigation, and because we brought that investigation right here to this city council, they listened. And what did they listen to? They listened to the cries out in Minnesota. Don't forget that's why we're here. It's because we hear their cries in Minnesota, we hear their cries in Pennsylvania, we hear their cries in Missouri, we hear their cries all over the place, all over the country. West Hollywood once again is showing its really brave, progressive stance on an important social issue. The animals that were being sold in West Hollywood pet stores, the particular store called Elite Animals, were from a particularly egregious puppy mill in Minnesota, where the animals were kept in factory-like conditions. They were exposed to the elements. They were living in wire cages. They were sick. They were injured. They're in severe distress, and the public just isn't going to take it anymore. The public wants a cruelty-free pet, and the way to get a cruelty-free pet is to adopt a pet from a rescue organization or to relieve our municipal shelters. So we're really, really excited about this landmark decision.
So that's the message to all of you people out there. Go to your city council, go to your people in county government, and let them know it's time. It's time to go humane.
And one more thing. If you're in a city where you have puppy mill dogs and pet factory animals, we're coming to you next.
You can count on that.
We'll be there.
Take 3.
Hello.
That was bad. Go again.
Hello. Hello, my name is Jeff
That was
Fleiss.
horrible.